Righto, guys. So here we are again, and currently the market's sitting about 87,300, and this is the setups as I've shared them for the last month or so. So the question this time is, as the daily or the statement I'm trying to bring towards you guys is, as the daily market range for Bitcoin and pretty much for a lot of coins is slowly but surely shrinking, getting smaller and smaller and smaller, that opens the door for a really big move. So if you have a look at the way that these candles, as the market is quieting down, you can always say that that's when the next big move happens. So let's talk about this next big move, because at the moment, everybody on this channel watching the live and taking the setups I share should be in a long, waiting and hoping and praying that this thing is going to break out to the upside. I personally, for my hodl bags, for my big ETH mess up for the year, kind of wishes that it's going to break out. But typically, and this is just like these opportunities here, the market will stay wrong for as long as there's hope. And only until hope is gone. And I want to ask you guys, are you still hopeful, Chris? Are you hopeful that the market's going to break out? Altec, are you hopeful? Garth, are you hopeful? Let me know, because I know I'm bloody well hopeful. I really hope that the market's going to move to the upside. So as long as that hope is still there, we're typically going to have to trade in harmony with the trend. And it means favoring shorts over longs, although we do feel bullish. And I think only ever when the public sentiment changes completely to that point. Phyllis, bullish morning. You see, he's already starting the bullish. Until that gets eradicated, annihilated. Okay, Chris is high on opium. Until all of that is destroyed, okay, that's typically when the market will turn around. So fingers crossed. Definitely, I want to cross my fingers and I want to hold my thumb. How do you do it? Cross your fingers, hold your thumb. Anything that can make this thing break out. I want the short to fail almost. I'm betting on it. But the trader in me says, okay, let's move that sentiment to the side, jokes aside, and let's get serious. Why are we taking the trade? Well, typically, hopium exists in a form, and it's called hidden bearish divergence or hidden bullish divergence. And it is the most powerful thing out there, because if you can master that, you're miles away from anybody else that's trading, because we all want to try and get tops and bottoms. That's kind of the game. The first thing you say, I'm going to buy low, sell high. It's going to be great. Okay. Don't do that. If you can just learn to trade hidden bullish or bearish divergence, it means you're trading in harmony with the trend. So you're only going to be wrong once, and then you're going to be trading in the next direction forever. Then let me explain. So if we have a look at this entire move on the 4-hour, and what I will do is I'm just going to hide all the setups that I've shared with you guys, so we can just look at where we're at now. And I'm also going to just hide the trend lines, just everything, so it's just nice and clean. What did I do there? This, and I want to do that and that. There we go. And we can remove the brush strokes from yesterday's chat. So if you just do this, you're going to be miles ahead. Now, looking at this entire move, there's three things that you kind of need to remember. Okay. You're looking for pivots. The easiest way to identify them is to look at these kind of areas where the RSI crosses above the 70 range or close by. Close enough makes no difference. Nearest makes no difference. Remember, you need to think of price as organic, not engineered to the point that it's like a straight line is like a straight line of a tree. It's kind of getting there, but it's not there, and so forth. So if you look at it like that, you're saying, well, what do we have? We've got a high. There was divergence. There was a high. There was a low. And as soon as you start doing this and you switch to the line tool, you're going to start seeing the following. Hidden bearish divergence, you're looking for a situation where price is doing the opposite than what the RSI is doing. Once price is doing the opposite of what the RSI is doing, that is your cue for your hidden bearish divergence entries. That's why we got these nice shorts. So looking back at it, it looks like, it's so easy, just go short like this. But That's the hidden bearish divergence magic. So where we are now, we've got exactly just that. After the massive sell-off that we had a few weeks ago, I said it's time to go long. We had a really nice trade. We took it up to 94-ish. Said, okay, let's see what the market does. And when we got to these highs at around 91, I said short again. And we ended up trading that thing down back. So this long got stopped out. If you didn't, I mean, I did let you guys know. Put your stop at break even if you want to dream big for 120k BTC. But take the short and let that thing run, you know. So that is the way that we need to think of that. So where we are now, we're going short mid, you know, going long mid move, but we've got exactly that same hidden bearish divergence. RSI is telling you something is amiss. So where we are now, you can clearly see the RSI is doing yet again another higher high. Price is not doing this. Now, for those fearful, say you're fearful, like, oh shit, I can't afford to lose another trade. Okay. Think of it like this. When you trade your hidden bearish divergence, and let's just switch this on and this on. When you trade your hidden bearish divergence, in essence, what's going to happen is you're going to be right most of the time until it fails once. And when it does, your first leg for the bullish hidden bearish divergence is created. So you will find that the next low you will buy, you'll have an RSI sweeping lower than this. But price doesn't do that. And then you can ride this thing indefinitely. And that's the hopium in me. The hopium in me is saying to myself, let's hope this happens. Let's pay the little bill that might be coming our way in this area. Okay, pay the bill, and let's hope that happens, because the retrace on that is going to set us up for the long and the easy riding. And this long then will mean that the hodl side, where we look at our larger time frame coins like your Ethereum, your Cardanos, and all these things, those coins will also do well. And you can clearly see that they're suffering from the same kind of bearish momentum still. And as long as I probably have hope that ETH is going to rally, probably nothing is going to happen. So I probably need to capitulate and sell ETH, the ETH that I bought right there, 3,300 there, right there, converted my ETH to BTC, saying, I think we're going to go. Went away for the weekend, came back, didn't go. Okay. And so those kind of things, those kind of hopium, I think, is exactly where we need to be. Okay, so there you have it. So John, simple, short. Liesel, hello to you. And if there's any other questions, guys, let me know. I don't think we need to make this discussion much longer. Here we're in the scenario, but now I want to give you a tool that's going to help you navigate this a little bit easier. Okay, and it's called the buddy indicator. Now, if you support the content, you open your own Bybit account with my partner link, links in the video description. I'll give you access to this indicator. Now, the way that this thing does is it scans the market. It looks at 64 things at any given stage. So it's much smarter consistently than any of us. And then it gives you one of 5 trade strategies. And the way it does it, it gives you a little tag, tells you that we're in the buy zone now and you can act. And with that, if you go to the Discord and claim your Discord access, because you've now used my link, open an account, you're using the Bybit account, okay? You can go to the navigation channel in the Discord, and you can go to Buddy Indicator, Bybit sponsorship, because it's because of that, and you can enter your user ID there. All you then need to do is once that role is there, this channel will appear, the trade guide. And the trade guide channel is just there to help you navigate and use the buddy indicator correctly. So what do we know? What do we know from the trade guide? So the first thing that the trade guide is going to ask you is, are we bullish or bearish? So you look at the 4-hour, we're bearish 4-hour trading wise because the trend is clearly down. So if you go to this, you're going to click on the bear market button because that's the current trading environment we find ourselves in. Then we're going to go back and you're going to say, well, in this bear market, the question is, are we bullish? Are we fearful or greedy? As a bear, because it's a bear market, are we fearful or greedy? Well, greedy is going short there. Fearful is going short there because we're at highs, trying to make a higher high. So we're scared, rightfully so. So you go and you say, well, I'm fearful. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about the rationale behind these emotions, fear, greed, complacency, with all these, there's a little learn more tabs. You can click on it. It gives you a better understanding, a little bit of a step-by-step reminder guide, for all these things, for all these emotions. So we're going to go back to bear trend, and then we're going to say fear. And then what it does is it tells you, well, if that is the case, consider trading the following things: a red SO4, a blue SO5, and an orange SO3. So if you go back to your trade, what are we getting? A blue SO4, not one that we need to be taking just now. Okay, a red SO4 is one that we need to be taking. And price just whipped right before we went live into the sell zone. There's TP1, there's TP2, there's TP3. Now you're shorting in harmony with the trade. It's as simple as that. On the other side, in my private group, I'm short. We're going short. My entry is sitting at 87.6 from 4 a.m. this morning. So, it's not like I'm trying to, it's stuff we use to trade off. So if you want to have a little bit more access than this, you're more than welcome to do so as well, guys. What you need to do is just go back to the navigation channel and join the private group. It's a once-off fee. You're in there for life, and you'll have not just access to trading, but all my investing long-term HODL reports. There's yesterday's HODL report, everything we look at, as well as a HODL guide that I'm busy building. That will probably be done. That functions in the same way as the trader guide. So it's a step-by-step thing. Before you act, you go and ask these questions. So especially if you're new, it reminds you exactly what you need to do. And that's it. And it's simple. It's free. All you need to do is just support the content. Okay. There you have it, guys. Thanks so much. Idu Stanko, here's a question. ETH owes us at least 10K for all the underperformance. I would love that. My friend, I would really love to see a 10K ETH. Realistically, I'm thinking around the $8,000 level. Like I'm thinking best case for us is going to be 120 for Bitcoin, this bull market cycle. The stream, but in the so diving through the HODL stream. It says I need to talk to you guys about that next time around. And I'm going to say goodbye and thanks so much for joining, guys. Bye-bye.